What's up? BigHerc916, positivity, motivation. I was just meditating today, thinking about, people and some of the stuff they, tell you and try to promise you to make you believe that they have your best interests or that they really care about you on a personal level. And I've gotten to a point now where there are certain people that when they call, I just let it go to voicemail. I really listen to their conversation and what they say, and I can now hear the selfishness in their voices, and I take notation, and going forward, I put them in a different category. The most important person in your life is you. If you don't maintain your sanity, you don't maintain your health, your well-being, you're no good for anybody else. You're not good for your spouse, you're no good for your kids, you're no good for your family, for your coworkers, for society, for your own mental health. So be selfish in your actions when it comes to actually maintaining some sanity and value your personal time. You ever been sitting at the dinner table and got a call and then you, because the reaction, you just click on the call and then you said, hey, I'll call you right back, I'm having dinner, and then that person continues to talk and you're like, did you just hear me? I said I'm having dinner. And then you look at the phone, 10 minutes and went by, and he said, excuse me, let me finish my dinner. Oh, yeah, okay. And it's like your food is cold, and you were being courteous, but that person didn't care. And how many other instances have you been in that you've seen people literally talk over your concerns because they feel like what they're dealing with is more important? It's almost like if a person thinks they have more money than you, they talk to you a certain way. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And it's like you try to interject something and they kind of brush off what you say because you are maybe a peasant underneath them. But they don't call you a peasant, but the way they address you as though you're in a different financial class than me, so therefore my opinion means more than your opinion. And you see it a lot of times with celebrities, people who say, you just do what you're told, but they're doing what the hell they want to do because they have money, therefore that gives them privilege. Well, you got to reverse all that shit. Don't let anybody talk down to you. Peep game on where people categorize you at, and that way going forward, as you start to make your moves, you can shift that relationship so that you're not there to be their talking dummy, for them to basically throw verbal darts at you and absorb your time. But then when you go to reach out to them, they don't have the time to talk to you. They don't have the time to entertain your ideas. Don't get caught up in those type of relationships. When you talk about interest in somebody really caring about what you got going on in your life, listen to the conversation and count the amount of times they actually ask you what's going on in your life and not just talking about their own. You could be going through some serious shit too, and maybe you need somebody to vent to, and they don't even concern themselves with that because they feel that they're more important. All that shit's got to stop. You want to elevate yourself? Well, if these people seem like they're not concerned with your well-being and your mental health, then send them a voicemail. Act like you don't see them. And focus on things that will help elevate you mentally, spiritually, physically, and be selfish. It ain't that you don't have time, but it's that you don't have time. I look at my personal space is worth more than me entertaining somebody else's issues to make them feel better about themselves. Because obviously, if they're so concerned about making themselves feel better, they don't give a damn about making me feel better. And only you can make yourself feel better anyways. You can't count on anybody else to pick you up. You can't count on anybody else to give you the confidence you need to succeed. These things have to come from within you. You have to find that place which gives you purpose, and as a result will give you confidence to pursue or achieve the goals or dreams or whatever it is you want to do. And you have to obsess about those things. You have to have a sense of urgency about these things. You can't just nonchalant think, oh, things are going to fall in your lap. You have to be aggressive with your visions and your motives as far as your goals, because nobody is going to help you achieve your goals like you are going to achieve your goals. Nobody's going to put the effort in. When you go to the gym, when you're out, whether you're working or doing something, what you put into it. If you just showed up, or if you actually exerted some energy. And that is the determining factor on what's going to make the difference in your life, not their life. Somebody who doesn't live with you daily, somebody who doesn't share food on a table with you, they don't care. Their life is their life. And you want to put yourself around others who have the same energy, so that together you can elevate your own energy. You want to be around somebody, if anything, who has an abundance, so that when they're sharing out of abundance, not out of survival, not out of a lack of, because there is so much wealth in the world. For somebody to really be wanting to kill somebody over a pair of shoes or a watch or something, you got to be insane. You got to be crazy, man. And I was a crazy person. Not that I was gonna take somebody's life over a pair of shoes or a watch, but robbing a bank, I was crazy, man. I was crazy. I was out of my mind. I wasn't looking at the abundance around me and how I could have got 10 times that by just exercising relationships, meeting the right people. I didn't have to use a pistol and a ski mask. I didn't have to be a violent in my nature. That's what happens when you can sit back and start reflecting. When you don't have to go every day on the grind to a place where you're sitting in a cubicle or you're trapped somewhere, but you can actually sit back and start reflecting. And I had to go reflect in a place that was a damn dungeon to find peace like this now, where I can sit here and share these videos with you. I can work on my art, work on my painting, see my projects. I can run my business. I can put together different things, but I had to find peace in my mind. When you don't have peace in your mind, there's a lot of just dark things running around, and those things pick up momentum, and they'll lead you down a place where you don't want to go down, or it's hard to come back from. But get away from selfish people. Be selfish in your actions. Get around people who want to see you win like they're winning. Somebody that says, for instance, somebody that pulls up to a so-called friend that's living in a trailer park, and they're pulling up in a brand new pickup truck, and this person's got an old beater, but these people are so-called friends, and that person, they see them in a dead-end situation, and that person's actually trying to get out of that situation. Now, that person in the pickup truck that says they're their so-called friend, if they haven't at least at one point offered to help this person that they generally consider a friend, that they see that's not on drugs or lazy or somebody that can't be trusted, if they haven't helped that person to try to get them to where they're at so that they can both be on the same playing field, they're a piece of shit. And if you got friends like that come around and they see you try to do the right thing and you're trying to elevate yourself and you're working hard, you're grinding, you're trying to come up with ideas, and they're in a position where they could snap their fingers and make things happen for you and change your life, they're not your friend. They use you to elevate their own egos, and that's what they're going to do, because their ego keeps them in a position where they think they got a superiority complex, and their narcissism makes them feel like they're privileged. Get away from those people. Get away from them, man, and start shining, because those people they're not gonna help you. If anything, they're gonna knock anything they feel that you're gonna do that could possibly compromise their relationship, because their relationship right now is them above, you below. Now, you guys eye to eye, that's not what they enjoy seeing, because they need people around them below them to make them feel like they're better, or that they're actually somebody, and those aren't good people. So yeah, just start really looking at the friends you have around you, the people you think that have your best interests, and every time they call you, they're verbally vomiting all their negative energy on you, and then they didn't ask you once how you're doing, what you're going through. They pretend to see a post and act like they really have concerns, but it really was a way just to get back in so that they could use you to continue to be their drain. They're draining all their shit on you. Shake them people, man. Shake them people, and you'll find out that the more you spend time with yourself and actually meditating on who you are and what you got going on, man, you're gonna feel so much better. And you'll realize how much more time you have, because 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here, an hour here, talking with these people, and they're not talking about nothing. You'll be able to put all that time into yourself, and you'll be like, wow, you're actually getting things done. Things you want to do around the house, things you want to pursue, projects, just different things that make you feel better about being you. And being you is what's number one. So just something to think about. Go to BigHerc916.com, pick up some merch, and man, stay sucker free.
Are you tired of smelling funky? Have you lost your ass? Go to BigHerc916.com.
Officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey.